Somebody's given a limited set of time and resources, say 5 hours per month, to increase your AI visibility. What would the rank order priorities be? So, for example, is it like focusing on the schema, building up backlinks? Is it focusing on creating studies? What are you seeing as the lowest effort, highest impact effort initiatives?
Yeah, I'll give you kind of like the short answer than the long answer. The short answer is that writing new content tends to be by far the easiest lever to pull. There are some technical things you can do. You can introduce schema.json, you can add FAQs, you can structure your pages a little bit more, work on a variety of other things. There's maybe some other technical things that can have a lot of leverage, but the number one thing we see be effective is actually just writing new content. And what that content looks like, content that's written to grow your brand presence in AI, is different than content you'd write for Google, or specifically really for humans. And to unpack that a little bit, when a user enters a prompt into, we'll use ChatGPT as an example, but this happens for kind of the majority of the models, the model will actually build out a set of keywords to go do searches for. So let's say I'm asking in your HubSpot example, like, what is the best CRM for my business? ChatGPT will go run a few searches, maybe best CRM or best CRM 2025. It will look at those results. The core difference is, as a human, if I search best CRM, I'm probably going to only look at the first like 1 to 3, maybe 1 to 5 pages and open up those blue links, maybe read some stuff. ChatGPT can do this very differently. So models don't have that constraint. They can look at the first 50 to 60 results, and what they'll then actually try and do is correlate those results back to the original question. So the question is taken, I'm sure you're familiar with like query fan out. The query fan out occurs, a number of different keywords are run, and then the results are correlated back to the original question. And through this correlation, what we see is that it matters a lot less to be in that kind of 1 through 3 position. For Google, it's everything, right? Like, a user is not going to go to the third page of results and click on a link, but ChatGPT absolutely will surface results from that long tail. And what that means is that you can tweak your strategy a little bit when it comes from SEO to GEO, AEO, whatever you want to call it. There's a lot of like folks out there saying, hey, okay, SEO is dead. You need a whole new strategy throughout the old playbook. We definitely don't see that in the data. Companies that are doing a great job of SEO tend to do a very good job and show up well in AI. But the nuanced difference in the strategy is really around targeting that long tail and getting into as many long tails of SERPs as possible, rather than fighting it out for that kind of pole position, if that makes sense. And if I really were to just boil it down, it's writing net new content, but writing net new content that targets the like long tail of results for as many keywords as possible, rather than trying to build authority and grind your way up to that 1 through 3 position where there's a ton of traffic. And a really good summarization of this I heard recently was, if you think about SEO, there's like a fat head and a very thin tail, where the first 3 results get like all the traffic. We do the opposite in AI, where there's actually a relatively thin head and a really fat tail. So there's a lot of value you can get out of being in that long tail.